bit of I don't know, a moment. I suddenly realised that I'd finished all but one strip on my box, and I can't find my ink, and Mark's computer's not working, and I don't even know anymore. Anyway, hi Jill, hi Alison, hi Wendy, hi Jen.
And it's getting warm.
Hi Catherine, hi Wendy. Oh no, I already said hello to Wendy. Oh my goodness. Doris, hi Tracy, hi Lorraine. Hi Lisa, hi Ellie, hi Judy. Oh, hello. Oh, you are here. You, I mean.
Lorraine asked, "Where's that weight gone?" I wish I knew.
I have no idea. Where's my glue gone? More to the point.
Oh well, I know where the first place to look.
It's obvious where it's behind the book. It's quite obvious where it is.
Oh,
hi Janelle, hi Elaine. What don't I know? I don't know anything. I wonder if I've just done this right. Probably not. Oh, hang on. Let me finish it off and then I can show you. I've had this done since last Wednesday, apart from this one bit. Anyway. Hold on. Last bit's coming. Hold on. Squidge it up a bit. There we go. Right, there we go. So mine's done, but I went to a paper show a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it? Oh man, where are they? I've just had them in my hand. Oh yeah, look, I got these. I thought it might be nice to put on my box. I'm going to put them on my box. What do you reckon? No, I know. I don't know where my glue is. Anyway, I'm going to get Mark to put these on my box. What do you reckon? Yeah. I don't know where my glue is. I've been all over the place today. Well, this last week I've been doing so much stuff in filming that I've run out of glue. Darling, can you glue these onto my box? Well, in a minute. I haven't got a cutting guide.
You've done it.
I've done it.
Did it?
I found some cake, and there's 2 empty mugs here.
Of course.
No, it's me. Right, so we're going to have to use dodgy glue. It's not dodgy glue, actually. It's quite good, which is disturbing. I don't like finding other things I like. It throws me. Right, okay, so we've done our boxes. My box is done. Cake. No, you. Hi, Paul. No, you wouldn't have my box to put the feet on. I can't share. Well,
I have fed you.
You did. It's just a mistake in chips. I mean, oh no, I've wrecked me. Oh, really need to be careful when I'm sticking stuff. Right, okay, so today what are we going to do? Good question. I have no idea. Let me try and get myself some room. Let me get rid of these mugs. I know. I've just asked him if he's got room for a friend to stay. Right. Okay, let me get rid of my mugs.
Elaine said she's just a collection that she needs by AB Studio for one night in circus.
Oh, I like AB Studio. I must admit, I've had an argument. What do you call it? Cart with them for some time. Because I love the Alice one that they did. Hi, Donnie. Hi, Jen. Don't envy you that. Yeah. So, have a look because I think we could do something new. I really, really like the Alice papers. They're really cool.
Ooh.
Anyway,
Oh, 16 sheets. Oh,
that is good for a studio because it's usually 10 sheets. Cool. I shall have a look. Right, okay, so tonight we're going to actually start the book. So the book itself is a kind of a folio. I'm quite proud of this because
no.
I like to think that what?
Oh,
I'm quite proud of this because I like to think that I've made a new binding ish. Who knows?
a variation at least.
A variation at least. For an expandable binding. So this is the book when it's closed together, but there's loads of room here because the spines are 4 inches. So there's loads of room for more there. So yeah, we'll see how that goes anyway. I am going to have to print the cutting guide out. Hold on, bear with me a minute, will you?
Badge.
No, I know. Oh, well, I did. I used to. Downloads.
Well, you come upstairs early to do all that.
Well, I didn't print it out. I got sidetracked doing something else. Oh, I was putting together a video. I was rendering it. No, that was downstairs. All right, let's see if I can print this out. Right, now it wants to print to my address link. Not to be a good idea.
No.
Right. Okay. So yeah. So what I want to do tonight is because this is quite a big book. It's like 10 by 7 1/4. I think. Well, actually, it's a bit longer than that because once we've got these snow paper. Would you mind awfully going to sort the printer out and give it a stern telling off because I've had no end of trouble with it today. Oh, shush. So yes, what I want to do tonight is I want to make the base pages, and this book's got 1, 2, 3, let's say 4 because of the back. We'll say 3 pages. For the size of the book, it's only got 3 pages, plus the back, and then the wraparound. So I want to make all of that, and I want to make the hinges, but we probably won't put a lot of it together because it's going to be easier to kind of. What have you done? What's the matter? Oh, he's telling the printer off. Yes. So I don't know how much we're going to put together tonight, basically, but I want to get it made so that next week we can just get on with it. Right. So I would suggest that we start with cutting some stuff out. Let me just move my watering can and grab myself a cake. Just in case anybody ever wants to know that caramel is my favourite. Just so you know. Oh dear, 2 stuck together. Oh, Maxie, come and say hello to everybody. Come on, Max.
Paper in?
No, I took the decent paper. Oh, I didn't take the decent paper out.
Well, you did. I've just put it in now, haven't I? Because there was no paper.
You've used my good paper.
Yeah, 1 sheet of it.
Don't look at me like that, Max.
He wants to come and join.
Does he?
I think so.
It's long last since we've seen you in class, Maxie.
Getting all personal.
He wants my chocolate.
No,
No, he's not having that. Right. Settle down, Max.
Calm down. He's going to walk around and then
He's just going to get in the way. I've got no room here today at all. Right, thank you, Max. You're a good boy for moving. Give me a kiss. You're a good boy. Right. That's not the right paper.
No.
Oh, there it is. My cardstock. I was using the thick one. I don't want the thick one. Okay, right. So don't cut this out until I do, for goodness sake, because I think it's all going to go horribly wrong.
Well,
it varies, doesn't it, Max? Max is alpha male, but he's also a mummy's boy.
I'll say hello to Julie.
Hi, Julie on YouTube. Is that nagging Julie on YouTube?
Julie's Tracy.
No. Nice, Julie. Well, not that all Julies are.
Anyway,
I think we should just start class from scratch tonight. So yeah, but Fred's being all loving and lovely, and it's very weird. There's something going on. He even let me brush him, didn't he? He let me brush him, didn't he, Max? And we got so much fur out of Max the other night. It was a joke. Hi, Beth. Right, Max, you're in charge. Tell me what to do. Okay, so we're going to follow the cutting guide. And like I said, I've got chocolate on it. Let's start again. I wouldn't cut this out until I do, because it could end up horribly wrong. So I want you to cut. Max is going to have to move.
Oh.
I want you to cut. You haven't done this, have you?
I haven't got a cutting guide,
No. Right, let's start class again. Hi, everybody. I am so glad that you've joined us tonight. Don't do that, Max. Tonight, we're going to start off by making the book. So let's get right into it. First of all, we're going to cut 5 pieces at 9 7/8 of an inch by 7 1/8 of an inch. So I'm using British size A4, which is 8 1/4. This is deliberate, actually. 8 1/4 by 11 3/4. So I'm going to cut my first 5.
You're not.
Hi, Charlie.
Where are I 6?
Don't cut your scarf, Tracy. We're going to cut 5 at 7 1/8 of an inch.
Not 9 and 7.
By 9 7/8 of an inch. Now, you see, when I write my cutting guide, I always write the width first. And the reason why the bigger number is the width is because this is a landscape book. That's why, dear. So the height is 7 1/8 of an inch. But it's actually 10 inches, but we're going to cut it at 9 7/8. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Right, we're going to cut 5 at 9 7/8 by 7 1/8. So cut 5 at 9 7/8 by 7 1/8. Nine 7/8 by 7 1/8. How many is that? 3. 2 more to go. Now, in case anybody's wondering I'm actually using a lighter weight cardstock. The cardstock that I'm using is called 3 sheet, which is about 180 GSA, which is about, I think, 65 pounds. So it's a lighter weight because this is a chunky book. If it were too big, too thick, it might be somewhat unwieldy. Okay, so those are my 5 at 9 7/8 by 7 1/8. Okay, those don't need any scoring, so I'm going to put them to one side. Then I want to cut one at 10 by 8 1/4 inches. Now, if you have had a kit from me, or you are using UK sized A4, you only need to cut it at 10 inches because this A4 is already 8 1/4 inches wide. Okay, right. Then we're going to cut 4 at 10 1/2 by 8 1/4 inches. If you're using a kit, if you're using British A4, you don't need to cut the 8 1/4. You're going to cut 4, 10 1/2. I think he is. So 10 1/2 by 8 1/4. You want 4 of those. I have a feeling we might have one too many pages here. Oh, it's been one of those days. We'll find out. Okay, then we are going to cut 1 at 3 1/8. No, 3 3/8. Thank you for moving, Max. That's perfect timing. You're going to cut 1 at 3 3/8 by 7. Oh man. By 7 1/8. Thank you, Max. Ruined that. Look, you all got all caught up. I'll save that for later. Then we're going to cut 1 at 4 by, actually I can do that, by 8 1/4 inches. Cutting 1 at 4 by 8 1/4 inches. And then for your connectors, I want you to cut 2 at 6 by 7 1/4 inches. So 2 at 6 by 7 1/4 inches. Okay. Right, for now, you can put your trimmer away. I've got a pencil.
Oh no, don't give him a pencil.
Do you like my pencil, Maxie?
That was 6 by 7.
Yeah. Do you like my pencil? For old time's sake. Your tummy. The pencil.
There's so much energy.
I know, it's too hot, isn't it? It's too hot, isn't it, Max? Do you remember when he was such a little baby and he used to like fit on the desk really easily? Oh, gone are those days, eh, Max? Gone are those days. Right. Oh, where the heck's that gone?
Look first.
Oh, where? Under Max?
No.
Where?
Where the P gets stuck. The P.
Hey?
Was it Jen who said before
What?
where she found the things?
What?
You can't remember?
No.
Oh dear. Probably best.
Oh, here it is. It's hiding behind my other mat. Right. Okay. So, scoreboard. Can you just move your paw? Good boy. Where's my? Oh, sorry, Max. Right. Right. So, when I'm cutting out, I put everything like together in order that I cut it. So when I come to score, what I've got to do is just turn it over to know that I've got the right bits. So we cut 5 at 7, 9 and 7/8 by 7 and an 8. Those don't need scoring, so we can put those to one side, okay? Then we cut 1 at 10 by 8 1/4. And we're going to score on the 8 1/4 inch side. So that means, thank you, Maxie. That means putting the 8 1/4 inches at the top. And we're going to score at 1/2 inch. And we're going to score at 7 3/4 of an inch. Okay. Right. Then we've got 4 that are 10 1/2 by 8 1/4 inches. And we're going to score on the 10 1/2 inch side at 1/2 inch. And then we're going to score on the 8 1/4 inch side at 1/2 inch and 7 3/4 of an inch. Now these pages are quite big, so do hold on to your papers whilst you're scoring. And don't press too hard if you've got the thinner cardstock, because you can easily go through it without trying. So I'm scoring on the 10 1/2 inch side at 1/2 inch. And then I'm scoring on the 8 1/4 inch side at 1/2 inch and 7 3/4 of an inch. Okay. And that's exactly the same on all of them. So we're scoring on the 10 1/2. I can't score past you, darling. We're scoring on the 10 1/2 inch side at, oh man, 1/2 inch. Yeah. And then we're going to score on the 8 1/4 at 1/2. Hi, Nancy. And 7 3/4. Last one. Scoring on the 10 1/2 inch side at 1/2 inch. And we're going to score on the 8 1/4 inch side at 1/2 inch and at 7 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so we've got a piece that looks like that with our little squares in the corner. Okay. Right, then we've got this piece that's 3 3/8 by 7 1/8. Well, we can put that to one side because we don't need to do anything with that. And then we've got this piece that's 4 by 8 1/4.
Which is apparently smaller than Max's head.
Max is just getting it into position. Oh my God. He's sat on it. Don't bite that. Mark, can you just look at this? What am I supposed to do? Max is not adorable, Vicky. Oh, he is, though, isn't he? He really is. Yes, Jill, Max does indeed make a better door than a window. I'm sorry, guys, class is over. You know I don't move the cats. So we'll carry this on next week. Maxie, if I get a pencil, look, here's the pencil. Here's the pencil. No, not the sharp end. Here's the pencil. Follow the pencil over here. Come on, follow the pencil. Follow the pencil. Come on. Come on. Come on. What's this here? Pencil. Look. Oh, dear God. Max, baby, you're going to have to go. Mark.
Oh.
He's going to get me.
I'm not surprised.
We could do, actually. Yeah, we could, except I can't actually do anything that I can show you because he's in the way. What's Daddy got? Has he got some treats, Max? Oh, do you pretend? Max, go and find some treats. Go on. Come on, baby boy. Come on. Come on, darling. Good boy. Come on, off you come. Off you come, Max. Come on. Come on. Yeah, look. Oh, I know. Look, right. Roll of tape. Max loves tape. Don't you, Max? Right, watch this. There we go. Max has gone to chase the tape. Right, okay, so where was I? Right, so we're going to cut. We've cut one at 4 by 8 1/4 inches. We're going to score first of all on the 4-inch side at 1/2 inch. And then we're going to score on the 8 1/4 inch side at 1/2 inch and 7 3/4 inch. Okay. So our connectors, these are the spine bits that hold our pages together, or covers together, I suppose. These we cut at 6 by 7 1/4 inches. We're going to score on the 6-inch side, so I want you to put 6 inches at the top. And we're going to score, hold on, at 1, 1 1/2, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, and 5 inches. Okay, so that's every 1/2 inch apart from the sides when we've got a wing of 1 inch. Okay, right. Do the same again. So we're going to score on the 6-inch side. Just let me remove Max's fur. At 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, and 5 inches. Well, hopeless. Okay, right. So now we've done that, we can get on with putting the book together. So I'm going to start with the pages. That includes the very front page and the back page, which actually are covers, but we might as well call them pages because they're pretty much the same size. What? You thought? Oh, have you? I don't know who it was. Well, you just messaged somebody the measurements. Oh dear. Oh my gosh. I dread to think. Okay, right. So we're going to start with the one. Do you remember the first one we did that's just got a score on the top and the bottom? I'm just going to fold on that score line. And I've just realised that we have actually cut one of these wrong, but we might get away with it. Let's just see. I think we can get away with this because it's going to be ever so slightly short. You know what? We're going to use that for a photo mat. I'm just going to recut that very first one. Let me just change the cutting guide. So we want 4, and we want 1 at 10 by 7 1/8 of an inch. Right. Where's my trick? I've just changed. It's the top one. Look here. 4 at 7 at 9 at 7/8 by 7 1/8, but 1 at 10 by 7 1/8. So it's not, you know, we can use that for something else. I'm not too worried about it. Why is there not captain marks in it? We were doing so well up until that point.
It's because Max left. He took it all.
He's taken all the. Yeah, that's better. That's going to make it the same length now.
What was it? 10 by 7 1/8.
Yeah. So that first one, we've got 4 at the measurement that I said, and then we've got 1 at 10 by 7 1/8. I'll change the cutting guide as soon as we're done, and I'll re-upload it. Okay, so this one that we've just cut, that's 10 by 7 1/8, that is going to fit in between those 2 flaps like that. It's going to be open at this end with that flush to that end. It's going to be open at that end with that flush to. I've lost my glue.
You just forgot me.
Right. So put some glue. Oh. The only thing I'm not keen on with this glue is the amount that comes out.
Which glue's that?
It's one that I got. It's art glitter glue. Everybody told me to try it, so I got some when we were in America, and it is really nice glue. But it's just, it comes out the bottom too quick. And yes, I could decant it, but I think we all know my track record with glue bottles. Okay, right. So that's the first page done. This is actually our back cover. Okay, and that's got 2 openings. So let's pop that under there out of the way for a minute. Right, then what we've got are 4. We need 4. 1, 2. Yeah, we do actually. Okay, right. So I was right. Well, that makes a change. We're going to a little bit kinky mitering. And we're going to snip off that corner on all 4 pieces. It is really nice glue. I'm not going to lie to you. It is lovely glue. Just comes out too quick. Yeah, I like it a lot.
It says you can get a metal tip to glue through. We can make sure we have a few viewing orders.
Well, you say a few.
Which is that 5 weeks today?
Is it? I don't know.
What day are you going?
I don't know.
What?
What? I don't know. Wednesday? Yes. Wednesday. The 23rd. So how long's that?
5 weeks.
5 weeks today.
Yeah.
Oh, crikey. Do you know, today, right, I've had a very weird day today. It's just weird in many, many different ways. But has anybody ever tried, like, AI to make avatars for you? It is the most depressing thing in the world, right? Because I was trying to make myself look professional, which I don't even know why I bothered really, because I was losing before I even started. I uploaded these selfies so that I'd get all of these lovely, you know, professional looking photos out. And not only has it chopped my hair, which I'm now going to have to chop my hair because, man, it's made me gorgeous. Do you want to see? Hold on.
I always see you. Honestly.
Oh, yeah, I know you said that, and it's lovely. But the truth of the matter is, I ain't this gorgeous. Nowhere near. But look at this. Hold on. Anyway, I'm going to have my hair cut before I come over. No, I'm having my hair cut. Look, apart from the fact that I look 20 years old.
Look at 17.
Look, how I'm having, so I'm going to have my hair cut because I look gorgeous. It's very, very, very depressing. Let me find another one. I thought, yeah, I'm going to have my hair cut short, which I know you'll hate. Look at that. So cool. I really like it that length. And then there was some that made me look like Helen Bedford Gay, which amused the hell out of me.
Oh.
Yeah, do you think this one? Don't you think I look like Helen? That one. I look like Helen. Isn't it weird? And then, oh yeah, this is the professional one. Which doesn't look anything like me because for a start off, she's thin and I ain't. And then I have no idea what some of them were. I mean, wow. She's gorgeous.
Right, making a book.
Yeah, I know. I just keep looking at myself in those because I just look so lush. Anyway. So yeah, so I'm gonna have my hair cut before I come, I think, which will really upset Mark because where's my bone folder? Oh, okay. I could be a paper doctor. Can you get a doctorate in paper folding? No, I don't mind looking like Helen, Jill. I thought that was quite a compliment for me, anyway. It was just weird how I ended up looking like somebody I knew. Do you? No, but I don't look like me, do I? That's the whole thing.
You did.
So yeah, so to Mark's disgust, I'm going to have my hair cut. No, Mark doesn't like short hair. I mean, it's not really long though, my hair. Although I will show you later some of those pictures. In some of those pictures, it's given me like super long hair. Yeah, well, you can have those, and then I'll just have my hair cut in real life. Yeah, I'd like to do a Jill. I think we should get Mark on it. Right. Okay. So those are all the pieces that we didn't score. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these down. So if I open that up.
I found out who I sent them.
Who was it? Oh.
She's got one mark, lovely to hear from you, but have you got the right link?
Oh dear. Sorry, Lynn. You better tell her what you've done.
I am. I'll just land it on the computer.
Right. So we're gluing these down. Oh, this is the only trouble with really long pages. You have to put your back into gluing it. I can't wait to see you with you have to. When last time I saw a photo of you, I don't think when you went down to up. You were going up to Utah. Right.
I'm thinking of having my hair cut.
No, you're not having your hair cut.
Okay.
It's divorceable, that is. Listen, to quote my mother, well, my mother always said, what's yours is mine, what's mine's my own. But she also said, do as I say, don't do as I do. Well, she didn't actually, but, you know, it sounds like something a mother would say. I'm really not concentrating on this, and I'm making a right pig's ear of it. Why am I putting these all under here? Because they're just getting in the way. Right. Yeah. No, I do. But there was one incident where you had your hair cut. You know, like Samson and Delilah. Well, it wasn't like that, but it could have been, and I don't think that we should risk it again.
I had it cut. It was on collar.
No, it was not.
It was.
You had a flipping pointy up bit on the top. You flipping did. You hid behind a newspaper when I came in because you knew.
I said to the lady, I said, take about an inch off.
Oh, my
bottom. I think.
She's obviously not a bookmaker then, is she?
Yeah, stop that crying. I'll give you something to cry about. That's something like that.
Right. No, I don't think my mum ever said that. The best thing my mum ever said, which has always served me well in life, is it applies to children and cats and husbands. It's only worry when they're quiet.
I'm always quiet. Oh.
Exactly. Right, so I've got my pages. I've got 5 pages that only open up on one end, like this. 1, 2, 3. No, I've got 4. 4 that only open up on one end. And I've got 1 that opens up on. That's not it. I've got 1 that opens up on 2 ends. There we go. Okay, right, that's the back page. So what I need to do now is make this bit here, this flappy bit. So we've got this piece, which we need to kinky mitre. He hasn't got curly hair, Jen.
Very fine straight.
Well, it's nice and wavy though. I love hair like yours.
White.
Well, yeah, white's kind of cool.
Most people go from coloured to grey or white.
Yes.
I go from white to black.
You need to keep away from my hair dye. So we're going to make this in exactly the same way. It's just shorter. Now, we can't actually put this together until we've made our hinges. So these two pieces.
Tracy, is that different glue?
Yes, it is different glue. I don't know where my glue is. So I've been using some that I bought when we were in America, which is the art glue that you're telling me to try. Quite like it. It's all right. Glue goes, spoon. Kind of like it. It's good. It's as nice as my sticks too. These two, I'm just going to slightly miter those bits like that, but we're not going to do anything with them yet because we really need to make this weird extendable hinge first. Okay, right, so if you grab your trimmer, we're going to cut our hinge unit, which we are going to cut at 11.5 by 7.25. Now, this is going to be a bit weird, and this is the bit that I'm most worried about in terms of me not writing it down properly. So here's my plan. Here's one I wrote earlier. So if you grab your scoreboard, right, I'm going to be very sensible now because this is going to need some concentration. Hi, Lynn. Right. 11.5 inches at the top. What's an oin? Cut oin. Is that 9?
Yeah.
Or 11?
Yeah.
Oin?
No.
Oin. No, I knew what. 11.5 by 7.25. So we've got this 11.5 at the top. Okay, right. Well, I'm going to have to think about this. I really should have written it down properly. Oh, I did. Right. So we're going to score on the 11.5 inch side. So 11.5 inches at the top. We're going to score at 1. 1.5. 1.75. 2.75. 3.75. Yep. 4. 4.5. 4.75. 5.75. 6.75. 7. 7.5. 7.75. 8.75. 9.75. 10 and 10.5 inches. I'm going to go through that again. 1. 1.5. 1.75. 2.75. 3.75. 4. 4 1/2, 4 3/4, 5 3/4, 6 3/4, 7, 7 1/2, 7 3/4, 8 3/4, 9 3/4, 10, 10 1/2. Okay, right. Now, where we've got the inch, those are the hinges. So there's 3 hinge pieces, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold in the middle of that 1 inch. You've got 1 inch here and 1 inch here. And then this 1/2 inch, this inch at the beginning, that's what we're going to attach to the book. And then we've got a 1/2 inch, which is the gusset, and the 1/4 inch, which is the expandable gusset, the expandable hinge, I suppose. So just say, for instance, if I just fold this now, I folded it here, so you've got your 1/2 inch gusset, you've got a 1/2 inch on each side, and then you've got a 1/4 inch here. Whereas normally what we'd do with this hinge is we'd glue it all together. We are not going to do that. This 1/4 inch gives us an extra 1/4 inch to expand our book, okay? So the only bit that we're gluing is this 1 inch piece here, okay? So it's almost like we've got a 3/4 inch gusset now. So you've got your 1/2 inch and you've got your 1/4 inch and your 1/2 inch. So that makes 3/4 inch gusset. But when the book's all shoved together, it'll look like there's only 1/2 inch unless we need to expand it. So you can see it looks like that, but then it's only glued to there. So I'm going to open that up. I've just took my paper back. Oh, for goodness sake. That's all right, I've got some more here.
Their teeth mark.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'm just going to put a little bit of tape in the middle of that 1 inch. All we're going to glue together is that inch and that inch. Ain't that the truth? And I'm going to glue that 1 inch hinge like that. Okay. So I've got an inch hinge, but it can expand because actually the hinge is 3/4 inch of a hinge. I hope this is making sense.
No, probably best just fold it.
So that's the hinge, but actually it's expandable. Okay. Does this make sense?
Yes, dear.
I'm not asking you. You're just going to be rude. Oh, good. See?
Did it work?
No, Nancy and Lisa will think it makes sense. It's just you. So now I've folded that, I've got this inch hinge here. So I'm going to pop a little bit of tape in there just to keep it together whilst the glue dries. A little bit of glue. Let's stick that together. So you've just got to make sure that you don't put any glue on that extra 1/4 inch that we've got there. Okay. So you can see here that if it's fully expanded, I've got an inch gusset. But when it's in the book and it's all together, unless you need that extra bit, you've just got a 1/2 inch gusset. Right. That's what. Okay, so there's my inch hinge. Diana and I have been having a chat about things to do after the retreat on the Monday and Tuesday. And we've got a few ideas. So we don't know if anybody wants to join in with us, because that might be fun. I think I'm leaving that in Diana's capable hands. Right, so there's my hinge unit, okay? Kind of hope that makes sense.
Does that make sense?
Probably not. Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to try and put this darned thing together. And I feel I'm going to regret it. Because we're only going to partially put it together. We're not putting the whole thing together, okay? We're just going to put a bit of it together so we don't lose stuff. So I'm going to start with one of my connectors and this short enclosed on 3 sides piece, okay? Yes, you've got to rub your gussets. So this, I'm going to make this up as if it's the way the book looks, okay? So this is my front flap, okay? This is this piece, all right? This piece here. So for me, the front bit, that's the bit without the flaps go underneath. This is going to slip inside there up to that first score line like that, okay?
Lynn says, love to see you using the same glue that she uses as can't get the one that you use. Do you like it?
I do. I like it very, very much. The only thing that I'm struggling with is that the nozzle's quite big. I don't know. I don't like a big nozzle. And it makes me and this is because I hate too much glue. And that's the only struggle that I'm having with it, is that I'm being a bit heavy-handed. Okay, right. So I've stuck that up to my first score line, but yes, I do. I like it very, very much indeed. I have to say, I'm not going to lie. It is really good glue. Right, okay. So that is going to fold round like that. So what I want to do now is get this piece, which is the one that is open on two sides. Well, I'm going to bung it up. That's the trouble. I'm going to bung it up. And that side is going to slip inside there. Now, because I want everything the same, my flaps are on the inside now. So that's going to fold around like that. But that is the inside. So this is the one that's open on two sides. So I'm going to put some glue on there and there. And I'm going to pop that inside up to that first score line. Oh man, on the subject of cake, yeah, last night we went and did a bit of shopping and we grabbed a Mackey's, didn't we? And they've got double chocolate pies. OMG, Mark doesn't like them, did you, dear?
Well, I only like chocolate.
No, you don't like them because then there's less for me.
I do like them.
Wow.
I
was. All right, so that's that. That's all nicely done. I'm just gonna. This will kind of just work itself round. It will curl in due course. Right, this is where it starts getting horribly complicated. Hinge. Connector. What we have to do now is attach this to this. So let me put this to one side so you can see exactly what I'm doing. All right. So this is my other connector. All right, my other spine piece, shall we say. This is my hinge. All right. You see where that score line is there? That needs to marry up to that first score line there. Okay. So those two score lines need to match to each other. And what we're going to do is we're going to glue them together. Just up to that first score line. So if you put some glue on this connector now, just to warn you, this is the valley side. That's my uppity side. The what do you call it? The mountain side. All right. So this is the valley side because this is going to fit inside our cover. This is my hinge, and it's going to sit on top of the valley side. Hold on. This is so serious. I need to take my glasses off. So I'm going to match up that score line, top and bottom on each, like that. Make sure that they are fully aligned. And we're going to glue that down. Okay. So what we've got is the hinge is now attached to our spine piece because eventually it's going to sit like that, but not yet. So now I'm just going to miter this a little bit just so that it matches because I've already mitered this behind. So I'm just going to miter it again so that I'm mitered both bits. Okay. All right, so you can see now I've got this flappy hinge and I've got my spine that connects round, okay? Are you with me? Before we do any more to this, are you with me so far?
No.
Oh, that's going back a bit. I've had a like, so I'm guessing that means that people are with me here. I hope so. Oh, yeah, we're good. Right. Lovely. So what we're going to do, and this is all we're going to do tonight now, is you see this bit that we've just put together? That fits inside here like that. On the same side as A. Yeah, on the same side as the flaps. So that is going to sit in there Hi, Dawn. That is going to sit inside there. I just need to mitre that a little bit more because it hasn't quite. It is. It makes a difference. So let's just try that for size again. That's better. Now it fits. Okay, and that is going to glue in. But we've still got our hinge unit separate to our spine. Okay, right. So this bit that we just glued together, I'm going to put some glue up to that first score line. All right, on both sides. This is very similar to the way that we made the the green one, the green floating which one? Spine. Floating spine. How did you know that?
Because I can read things on
oh yeah, comments. Well done. Oh, that was me thinking how amazing he was. Right. I know you are. So yeah, it is the floating spine with an expandable hinge. That's it exactly. All right, so let's put that in there like that. And that for tonight is all I want to do. So we've got all of these pages, and eventually, once we've decorated them and put all the flips and flaps and all of that stuff on, our pages will go onto these. And then our final page is easier to wait until we've got our pages in to glue those together to put that one on the front for our cover. Yep. So my advice is no decorating this week, I'm afraid, Tracy. I know that's upsetting. So you've got your base pages, okay, one of which will be your front cover. Now, I think, I can't help feeling we should work backwards.
That's what you do.
Because we can be putting the pages in as we go. I'm not sure. I'm going to have a think about that this week, but we might work backwards. I don't know. So anyway, so you can put this away now. That's all we're going to do for this week. If you've kept up, I am very proud of you. I'm sorry about the Max thing.
What was the size of the piece you first added to the cover?
This one. This one was this piece. So you cut one at 3 3/8 by 7 1/8, and one at 4 by 8 1/4 inches. Oh, I've got a bee in there. Don't know what the bee's doing in there. That can come out.
Yes, you taking care to mine.
Yeah, well. Boing.
I never even mentioned your.
Oh, shush. So, yeah. So I hope.
And Max was.
Max, yeah, Max was. Yeah, Max was. So I hope that you managed to keep up. I hope that hasn't really confused you because that was a little bit disjointed this evening. I do apologise. But I'll have a think whether we do. In some ways, it will be easier to do the puppet theatre bit first. I don't know. I'm going to have a think. So I'm going to update this now, and I'm going to take down the one that I've done, and I'm going to replace it with the correct cutting guide. If you get stuck, go and ask somebody who knows. Now you can just drop me a line, or we can have a look in paper scissors and see what's what. So thank you ever so much for joining me this evening. We'll see you back here next Wednesday.
Can we just talk about that Saturday?
Yes, we can, but not this week. That's coming. Dependent. It might be next week, or it might be at the end, depending on which way around I do things. Sorry, that's not very helpful, is it? But it's a good point. All right then, guys. Thank you ever so much for joining us, and we'll see you next Wednesday, if not before. All right then. Take care, everybody. Bye.